Good morning, my friend. It's Heather Dunlop here. And what I want to share with you today is what happens when we ask ourselves, who am I? See, a lot of the times when we're going through this process of healing and we're letting go of that old survivor identity, and we say, I no longer want to be the person who feels alone. I want to feel embraced and loved. I don't want to feel shame. I want to feel proud of myself. I don't want to feel like I'm nothing. I want to feel like I'm worth it and I'm confident in who I am. And in that transition from the older identity to the identity that we want to move toward, we ask ourselves questions because we reach a point where we're letting go of the old one and our brain is throwing up so much resistance and it's saying, wait, stop, don't do this. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you're going. And it stops you and you say, oh my gosh, it's right. And this is too hard. And we step back into the old, I'm a survivor identity. Why? Because that's familiar. So, what's the question that comes up as we're going through this process and we're transferring our identity and transforming to the person we want to become? Our brain throws up resistance and we ask ourselves, who am I? Who am I? Who am I to think that I can do this? Who am I to think I'm worthy of love? Who am I to think that I don't have to carry this burden anymore? Who am I to want all these wonderful things in life? Here's what I want you to ask. I want you to add one word to that question. Instead of who am I, which kind of keeps you stuck in the present or in that past, it takes you back and it says, when you say, who am I? And your brain goes, I'm a survivor. Get back over here in this corner where you belong. And you say, oh my gosh, no, I want to do this. This is where I'm going. And it says, who am I? And you say, I'm someone who's alone and afraid to step out. And you start moving again because you find another motivation. You find that motivation within you that says, I know that I can get there. And as you're in that process, your brain comes up and says, who am I? Right? And that question, who am I, keeps throwing us backwards and pulling us back and pulling us back. And it's got a really strong grip because it's so ingrained in our brain, that autopilot belief. We know exactly how to act when we're living in survivor mode. And when we want to step into the thriving woman that we know we are meant to be, the brain says, I'm going to make sure you really want it. So I'm going to throw up resistance and it's going to say, who am I? So what's that one word to add to that question? Becoming. Who am I becoming? Who am I becoming in my new identity? So when your brain says, who am I? Add on becoming. Who am I becoming? Why? Because when you ask yourself a question that pulls you forward to what you want to be, it's going to give you the answers to get there. So, who am I is going to keep pulling you back toward that old survivor identity and keep you stuck. And who am I becoming is going to say, I'm becoming a thriving woman. And then you can ask yourselves, what's my next step? How does a becoming woman think and view the world? How does a becoming woman grow her confidence? How does a becoming woman not feel lonely? How does a becoming woman let go of shame? So I want you to add that one word whenever you ask yourself, who am I? Say, not who am I, not who am I today, not who am I so it pulls me back. Ask yourself, who am I becoming? So that it takes you forward to living the thriving life. And as you do this on repeat, your brain starts to say, yes, I get it. You want to go to this place in front of you. You want to step into living the life of a thriving woman, having prosperity, having love in your life, being able to love yourself just because you are and because you're worthy, and saying, I'm not alone. I get to be with me. And oh my gosh, I'm such a fantastic, wonderful person. I love being with me. And when we love being with ourselves, other people notice and they say, hey, come on over here. Come join me. I want to get to know you. And it's amazing when that happens. Ask yourself, who am I becoming? It's not about who am I doing, who am I acting like, who am I becoming? Because we are human beings. We get to be what we choose to be. And when we work with our thoughts and we change those autopilot beliefs, we get to step into becoming a thriving woman. So if you want help on this journey, if you want me to guide you, I would love to be the person to guide you. Just comment the word thriver down below, or excuse me, transform, thriver or transform, either one works. But message me the word transform, send me a direct message, or put a comment down below with the word transform. And I'm popping that in there right now. And let's get together and have a conversation. We can have a 15-minute conversation and let's talk about what you want in your life. Who is it that you are becoming? Let me know down below. This is Heather Dunlop. Always remember, you have strength within you.